The Forgotten Gems. One early morning, before the sun had risen, a man decided to take a peaceful walk along the riverbank. The air was cool and crisp, and the silence of dawn was only interrupted by the gentle sound of flowing water. As he walked, he noticed a small, old fabric bag lying abandoned near the water's edge. Curious, he bent down, picked it up, and opened it. Inside, he found small, smooth stones. Ordinary, nothing special. Shrugging, he sat by the river and absent-mindedly started tossing the stones into the water. Each time a stone hit the surface, it created small ripples that spread out before fading away. It felt oddly soothing, so he continued throwing them, one by one. As he did, his mind drifted to memories of the past. He thought about mistakes he had made, opportunities he had let slip away. If only he had realized their value earlier. But it was too late now. The bag grew lighter. Soon, only one stone remained. He picked it up, preparing to throw it like the others. But at that moment, the first rays of sunlight broke through the horizon. The golden light bathed the land, illuminating everything. And in that instant, the sunlight hit the stone in his hand, making it sparkle brilliantly. He froze. It wasn't just a stone. It was a precious gem. A shocking realization struck him. The stones he had thrown away so carelessly, they weren't just ordinary rocks. They were priceless gems. But in the darkness, he had failed to recognize their true value. A wave of regret surged through him. Dozens of these precious gems now lay at the bottom of the river, lost forever. He clutched the last remaining gem in his trembling hands. His heart ached. If only he had discovered the truth earlier. If only he had been more patient. Everything would have been different. But now, it was too late. Tears streamed down his face. At that moment, soft footsteps echoed along the riverbank. An old monk was passing by. Seeing the man in distress, he stopped and asked kindly, "My friend, why are you crying?" The man looked up, his eyes filled with sorrow. In a shaky voice, he told the monk his story, how he had thrown away what he did not realize was valuable, and now it was lost forever. He held up the last remaining gem and whispered, "I have lost everything, just because I didn't recognize its worth when I had the chance." The monk smiled gently and said, "My friend, why do you grieve? You lament what you have lost, but have you not considered the treasure still in your hands?" The man stared at him, startled. "Yes, you have lost many gems, but instead of mourning what is gone, be grateful for what remains. This single gem can still change your life. What matters is not what you have lost, but how you cherish and use what you still have." The man sat in stunned silence. The monk's words echoed in his mind. He had spent so much time grieving over the past that he had forgotten the present still held value. For the first time, he wiped his tears and looked at the gem, not with regret, but with gratitude. The man stood up and bowed deeply to the monk. He carefully placed the gem into his pocket and walked away, feeling lighter than ever before. Once, he had lived in regret, constantly looking back at what he had lost. But now, he understood. Life is always giving us precious gems. Sometimes, we just fail to recognize them in time.